they were stuck on a certain version of GIS to support that, right? And it happened to be 9.3.1. So they're still on 9.3.1. They can't upgrade their GIS because it would break that integration to Maximo.
Skip Heise, he's the CEO of GeoNexus and a recognized industry expert in data synchronization. And also I'm joined by Joe Brenton, who is one of Critigen's principal consultants, and he also heads our GIS practice. So in terms of GIS integration, one of the things I think that comes up often is the middle tier that negotiates between two different applications. And I can imagine that certain people or certain organizations would want to do without that middle tier. What are the disadvantages of doing that?
Definitely. I think we see a lot of organizations where when we start to talk about synchronization, we end up actually in many cases acting as a go-between between Esri and SAP, because those two groups don't talk all the time. And one of the challenges you have there is each group has their own database and their own schema and their own data governance. And so being able to translate between the two of those and not being in a space where you have to maintain schemas exactly the same way, or pick lists, or any of those, database level, schema level items, is really one of the main reasons why we see a value in synchronization or a synchronization product.
Skip, what do you think?
Absolutely. I think, having a loosely coupled integration is the way to go for many reasons. I'll give you an example. I was working with one of our customers in Australia, electrical utility. They had a tightly coupled integration between their GIS, ArcGIS, and Maximo, right? And it was so tightly coupled that they were stuck on a certain version of GIS to support that, right? And it happened to be 9.3.1. So they're still on 9.3.1. They can't upgrade their GIS because it would break that integration to Maximo, which was really causing havoc on the engineering department that managed the infrastructure using ArcGIS. And so they came to us and we created a loosely coupled integration, which really makes it independent, right? So now the Maximo team in operations can upgrade their Maximo at will anytime they want without impacting the integration, as can the GIS department. So that's exactly what happened.
Great. That's a great example. Joe, you've probably seen situations like that in our practice, right?
Oh yeah, we have a variety of clients who, had a custom built integration or a tightly coupled connectivity between the two systems. And, I gave the example earlier of wanting to change a schema or, domain values in a pick list, but it also impacts even things like like Skip noted, your upgrades between your two systems, and even system downtime. If you have that tightly coupled integration, you have to coordinate all of your patching and downtime between the two systems. And in a place where sometimes an EAM might be a higher tier availability than Esri, it really impacts the Esri team's ability to do patching and upgrades and all the things that they want to do.
That's a super good point. Now, if you're looking for business value, there's some business value right there, that Joe talks about, the reduced downtime and everything you have to do to patch and fix.